Okay, something I get a lot is, Matt, what books do you recommend for marketing, for restaurants, for business, for sales? So I'm gonna go through some of the books I've read multiple times the past couple years that have impacted my business. And when I see impacted my business, this book I'm gonna get to in a minute, 7 figures in 2023. So I've got strategy, I've got sales and marketing, I've got mindset, I've got restaurant, and then I've got more sales over here. And I guess the one's kind of marketing. So let's go ahead and start with strategy. One of the books I just finished, which I really love, Yuri, the founder of Waze. Fall in love with the problem, not the solution. It gives you a different way to analyze the growth of your business. Now, if you're a business that's going to be growing a lot in revenue, you're a startup, I would highly suggest this book because it gives you some mindset shifts on how you need to really think about your growth and your failures, because that's what growing a business is all about. Blue ocean strategy. This can go a lot of ways. We preach to restaurants that they need to be practicing marketing blue ocean strategies. It's talking about how you can stop doing what everybody else is doing. So this could honestly be outside of business strategy, also marketing and sales. So it's gonna cover a lot of topics. This one crushed my spirit when it came to what I did presentation wise, and it's really changed it. And it's gonna take me a few years to figure out how to really optimize it. This is the Presentation Secrets of Steve Jobs. And it's wild because it taught me how to present in front of an audience with a picture and tell a story versus a damn slide with 20 freaking sentences on it. So this can be used for any type of entrepreneur. You're presenting in front of audiences, you're doing webinars, hell, you're training your team. You need to know how to talk to them in a professional manner. So that's a great book. Next, let's go on to pretty specific with regards to marketing and the language that you use. Persuasion, there's a couple versions of this book before it, but I really like this one. It gets into the ways that you can cater your language, and whether it's in the spoken language or whether it's in crafting advertisements and the words in your emails and texts to really get through to people and get your point across and hopefully pull the emotion out of them that you need. This one's great. And the story I love about this one, Marketing Outrageously by John Spolstra. This is the guy that was the, general manager or vice president of the New Jersey Nets. And back in those days, the Nets sucked. And he changed their marketing to where they weren't marketing the Nets. Their tickets had Michael Jordan on them, Isaiah Thomas, Patrick Ewing, who was coming to play the Nets. And so he really revolutionized how you can think outside the box. But great book, Marketing Outrageously. Triggers. Gold. Hard book to find, by the way. I actually bought a copy for a client recently for $70. And by the way, I want to cover that real quick. We'll get into this. Think of the ROI on a book. This book that I'm going to cover in the last part of this video, has made 7 figures this year for my business. I paid $25 for it. It took me 5 days to read. If you're looking for how to get an ROI in any business, in any career, it's called pick up a damn book. It's called take your education to a new level. But specifically, find books that are in the path that you're on. So back to this, triggers. Joseph Sugarman. I guess he's passed away a long time ago and the book's not being reprinted, so they're hard to get. It's gold. It is unbelievable with regards to teaching you how to craft language in your marketing to get people to take the step you want. There's a lot of similarities with Persuasion. Now the next book, there's actually 3 of them. There's .com Secrets, there's Traffic Secrets, and there's Expert Secrets, which is missing somewhere from my office. And by the way, why do I still have these books on my desk? I read them over and over and over. This book right here, I'm going to read another time this year. I've already read it twice because what's in there I believe in. And why do I need to find another book to give me a different lane? When I know the lane, I just have to master it. But Russell Brunson's the author of these 2 and Expert Secrets. .com Secrets, why I really love it. It's an amazing marketing book. It really walks through the elementary aspect of internet marketing. Whether you're a dentist, a restaurant, a marketing company, there are very basic steps to learn on how to really tell your story and how to get people to take the path you want them to take. So now let's get on to 2 business books which really changed my life. Deep Work by Cal Newport. One of the biggest things I learned in here, become comfortable with boredom. We walk into a restaurant, we're in line for 20 seconds. What do? We whip out our phone. We're waiting at a restaurant for our food to come. Whip out our phone. We're at a stoplight, we grab our phone. We have to become comfortable with ourselves being undistracted. When I was on a race this past weekend, I ended up running a 15K. The first 10K of that, what really resonated with me was how I was able to think differently because I was not in front of a computer or a device. Deep Work by Cal Newport is an amazing book to teach you how to remove yourself from the daily distractions we all have, whether it's the phone, your laptop, your computer, hell, your damn Apple Watches you got nowadays. Big shift. Grant Cardone, a guy that's kind of controversial. Some people love him, some people hate him, but I tell you what, if you don't love this book, you're insane. 10x mindset. Stop thinking about, hey, I'm gonna grow this much. Grow this much. And you know what? When you fail, you just still grew 3 to 4 times more than you expected. It's all about shifting your mindset and how you think about it. 10x mindset, 10x rule, Grant Cardone. Now I got 2 specific restaurant books. Restaurant Prosperity Formula, David Scott Peters. It's time to stop guessing on how to run your restaurant. DSP is the freaking man. The book is gold, his content is gold. Kind of biased here. My 3rd book, Restaurant Marketing That Works, before, during, and after the pandemic. It was actually going to be called Restaurant Marketing Works, Back to the Basics. And my publisher called me up the 3 or 4 months before we published it and said, hey, do we want to shift anything in the book? Because you started writing this before the pandemic. What's changed? Nothing. Your restaurant before the pandemic and after the pandemic need to attract attention, build loyalty, and retain your customers. This book walks you through how to do that, and it's a quick read because my attention span is so damn low, I might as well have a book just like it. Okay, 3 final books to ring it up, and I'm gonna keep this one second to last. This is a sales book. Jordan Belfort, Way of the Wolf. You might know who this is. This is who Leonardo DiCaprio played, where he, Wolf of Wall Street. Great book on what he calls straight line selling. I think a lot of us will go to say something to somebody and we take a long way to get there. His concept is how do you get from the beginning to the end quick so that you don't confuse, cause frustration. But at the end of the day, it's a great book for sales, and you can really tie some of this into your marketing. I gotta go second to last one, Predictable Revenue. This is a book, I guess this has to be second to last because I heard it because of this guy. Alex Hormozi, the author of the next 2 books I'm gonna mentioned this in one of his podcasts. I heard it, I bought it, I hadn't read it. My buddy Christos from Greece sends me a message, Matt, you gotta read this book. I grabbed it. It has literally, in 2023, added 7 figures to our company. Now I know there's a lot of business out there that adding 7 figures isn't as scalable as it is with my company, but that doesn't mean it can't add 6 figures. It is a sales book. It is how you can build a sales team, how you can build your inbound and outbound marketing. So it's gonna be relevant to anybody that's doing any kind of online sales, any business sales, B2B, but maybe restaurants that are doing catering sales could help you develop your strategy for your sales team. Now there's 2 more books, but I only got one of them because the other one's gone, but they're both by Alex Hormozi. He's got a book called Gym Launch Secrets. It's a great book for understanding how to scale a business. Gym Launch Secrets is unbelievable. This last book is my favorite. It is a book that I think is going to be more relevant with B2B companies, but honestly, there's no reason you can't adapt this to what you're doing within your restaurant as well. It's called $100 Million Offers. He has another one coming out, I believe, any month called $100 Million Leads. But I love this bottom part. How to make offers so good, people feel stupid saying no. If you've got a business and you're trying to get people to take an action, sometimes it's as simple as putting something irresistible in front of them. $100 Million Offers really walks you through the strategies that you need to do that. So there you go. There's all the books. That's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's a book that you love that I should read based on what you just saw here. See ya.